Okay, here in exercise 8.1, we're going to create an S3 bucket. So here we are to create an S3 bucket with versioning enabled. So in the S3 service console, choose a create bucket. So here I am in the console. I can go right here and click on it, or if I want to come down here, remember, I could come to storage and click on S3, or if I was completely lost and looking for a new service, come here, click search. We're going to go right here to recently viewed. Here we are in the console for create S3 buckets. It says in the S3 service console, choose create bucket button. Enter a bucket name. Remember that it must be globally unique. So try to pick something that nobody else is likely have ever used. So here we are. I'm in the buckets. I'm going to create a bucket. So here it's key. Watch this. If I try to type in a uppercase and then if I come down here, and I need to choose a region, so I could choose any of them. I'm going to stay in Northern Virginia, and I'm going to create the bucket. It's going to give me an error when I try to do this, but we'll wait. I thought it would do it right away. Also in the lab, it says to make sure that we have enabled versioning. So right here is where we do this. So what that means is if you move a file in there, it's going to keep a version of the old file as well, so that you could right click on it and go back in and check the versioning on it. When I add a tag, just to make sure that I keep track of all of the things that I add in here. Default encryption, we're just going to leave this as disabled. We're going to leave everything the same. You can come in and look at some of the other settings, but we're not going to do any of those, and I'm going to create a bucket. This is going to fail because I have an uppercase. Look at that. It comes up and it says bucket name must not contain uppercase characters. So I think that's pretty cool that lets you watch this. As soon as I get rid of that, it makes it go black, so I know that it's good. Now here's another one. Bucket name must not end with a dash or a period. So it's easy to tell what's when I have a good name here and when I don't. So no spaces. So we can make this anything we want. Let's just make it simple. Let's do EX 8-1. We're going to delete this as soon as after this lesson anyway. All right, come here. I'm going to hit create bucket. Check our lab while it's running. So enter the bucket name, select the region of our choice, enable versioning, choose next button, choose the create bucket button, and then we'll be able to see the bucket that we choose. From here, you can upload a file, create a folder, view and delete objects. It costs nothing to keep an empty bucket around, but when you're done with your bucket, feel free to delete it. So here's my bucket. So if I click on it, I'm just going to open in a new tab. Here's my bucket sitting out here, and I can upload files into this. I could click right here and upload and drag things into this. Also, you can check the properties. So, we had the versioning. If I wanted to go back and disable versioning, I can click here. But then after you've done this, poke around, look at it. We're going to leave this out here now for the rest of this lesson, but then we'll come back in and delete it. So that is exercise 8-1.